Well, you're going to take us through some vocal exercises to get us warmed up.
Many mumbling mice are making merry music in the moonlight. Mighty mice.
Go on, Andrew.
Many mumbling mice are making music in the moonlight.
No.
No?
No.
What was the next bit?
No, you got the middle bit wrong.
Let me check my answers.
Many mumbling
It doesn't tell
mice
you
are
on
making
there.
merry music in the moonlight. Mighty mice.
Oh, I got some of it right.
You got some of it right.
Okay.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Molly.
Hey.
Wow, that worked really well. Okay, right.
That was really good.
What is this?
This is Brains on the Outside, a comedy podcast about exploring creativity through ridiculous business ideas. Isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, every week, Molly, we come up with really silly and fun and wholesome and weird business ideas to make our lives more exciting and fun.
It's a bit more interesting and exciting. Who, Moll, are you?
I am Molly. It's me.
Spoken like a true 11-year-old. Good. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Well,
yeah.
Today's episode is about Santa and Christmas. Are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you like Santa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think so.
What do you like the most about Christmas?
Probably giving other people their presents.
Oh wow, it's a
And
very wholesome
eating
answer.
mince pies.
See, when I was 11, I didn't like mince pies. I was
Ooh.
purely a chocolate person. But now I kind of like mince pies.
Oh, that's
Yay.
nice. It's good.
That's better.
You kind of like him.
What if you had like a chocolate mince pie? Would you eat that?
Is a chocolate mince pie a mince pie with no other mince in it and just chocolate?
No.
No.
It's the pastry stuff is chocolate. And
Oh.
then in the inside's the mince pie.
Is this a real thing or is this an amazing business idea you've just come up with?
You, Daddy, you had a chocolate orange mince pie thing.
I did have a chocolate orange mince pie, Andrew, that was chocolate pastry and then mincemeat in the middle and then orange
hard.
crumbles on the top.
I
I didn't like it.
I loved it.
I
thought it was
didn't like
really
it.
delicious.
It was horrible. It was dry.
So I have some questions about Santa. He seems like quite a magical guy.
yeah.
There are some complexities around what he does that I don't understand. It's the little things, you know?
Yeah, okay.
It's the little things like,
what?
well, every year he goes to all of these houses on the same day, and in every house he has a glass of milk or a sherry or a whiskey,
Okay.
and he eats a mince pie.
What?
And his reindeers eat carrots
Yeah.
at every house that they visit.
And like
Yeah.
every photo you see, they are very skinny. Like every drawing.
Exactly. And, you know, Santa's like, he's a thick guy.
Oh god.
but he the quantity that he consumes, what does he do with them all?
So have you considered that this is actually a really active night for him and the reindeer? They're
Okay.
eating a lot, but they do have to travel around the world a whole bunch. They need a lot of energy for that.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess a mince pie is slow release or quick release energy. It's high sugar, right?
Maybe he's taking them all back to the North Pole for the elves.
How many elves do you think there are?
How many?
Why are you asking this?
Well, I was wondering whether the number of mince pies, because he obviously gets 1 billion mince pies a year,
Yeah.
is that enough to feed the
but
elves
then
for the entire year?
Sometimes he does eat some mince pies because you get like half an eaten mince pie.
That's true, but maybe that's just to keep up the facade.
So
Maybe
what?
that's to keep us tricked into thinking that, well, to make sure that we know that he does exist.
And maybe he's leaving that half mince pie because the mince pie wasn't very good.
Oh.
I bet Santa really knows his mince pies. If he has a bad mince pie, he's like, I have 1 billion more of these to come. I'm not going to eat this bad one. To answer your question about elves, there's less elves than you'd expect. Because due to the efficiencies in the manufacturing process of microchips and toys for children, less elves are needed now than there was 50 years ago.
Where have they gone? What has he done with them?
Have you seen the film Elf?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a lot like that.
They've gone
go
to
out-
school.
They go on a little adventure to school, New York City.
What are you saying, that the elves that were working in Santa's factory
Now
and are
come to
now no
my
longer
school.
needed?
Yeah.
are actually just out there in the world. They're among us all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think they could be out there. They have to. I think they go around trying to keep up make sure everyone still believes in Santa.
Oh,
When people are in doubt, they show up to sort of hide that doubt, to make sure people don't spread misinformation.
They could be Christmas carolers.
I bet they are really good at it. Yeah.
oh, I thought you were just suggesting that, like, the next time that I went down to Tesco's, that maybe the Tesco's checkout person was actually just like an elf,
Undercover.
or maybe 3 elves in a trench coat in a Tesco's outfit. 3 elves in a Tesco's outfit.
How tall do you think elves are?
Well, I thought they were pretty short.
1 to 2 feet, I think. How tall do you think an elf is?
I don't know.
Do you think an elf's taller than you?
No.
How tall are you?
5 foot?
So you think less than 5 foot? Okay, well, you could fit 3 of them in a trench coat and it'd be a very tall person.
Yeah. I mean, 1 to 2 feet, you could fit 3 of them in there, and that would be a normal sized human.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense.
So
Yeah.
what problem do you think we need to solve? Like, how does Santa going to get rid of these all these mince pies? What's
Yeah,
with
well-
alcohol?
Yeah, what does he do with them? And this booze. And also, all the reindeer poo. Like, if these reindeers are eating that many carrots, how come reindeer poo never falls from the sky?
Well, we're all sleeping, so we don't know.
Well, you're just lying there asleep at night, and there's a massive great thunk as the reindeer poo lands on the roof.
Yeah. But then if it lands on the roof, you'll never know. You'll never know.
That's fair. That's true.
It's true.
Back in the Victorian times, when horses went around cities normally, this wasn't a big problem for Santa because people would think it was horse
Oh,
poo.
horse poo.
But this is what I'm telling you. This is what the elves do. They go around Christmas Day afterwards. These
Just tidying up.
tidying up after Santa. He's drunk driving. There's reindeer poo everywhere. He's not eating all the mince pies. He's half eating them.
No, but then, they could also, when you find these paths which horses have been on,
Yeah.
you could disguise it as horse poo.
So he would take little detours into these paths. Everyone has a poopy, and then they go on again. Right, okay. What would you do if you were Santa? How would you deal with this problem? Maybe that's an interesting way of facing this, Alex. How would you fix this problem?
Good question, because I tell you, the one thing that I would not want is to eat every mince pie.
No.
Or even have a bite of every mince pie.
No.
I love mince pies, but that many mince pies, I want more variation in my diet. So what I would do is I would create a mince pie based stock market where I
Right.
could buy and sell mince pies for other goods and items.
What's the shelf life on a mince pie?
I quite long. Like, mincemeat was made to last. That's the whole point of it.
So your suggestion is Christmas Day, you load up on mince pies.
Yeah.
Boxing Day, start selling them. Doesn't the value of mince pies really decrease the day after Christmas?
Wait. I got an idea.
Okay.
In an infinity of universes, there is a universe where people leave out each and every different food item. So in one universe, they leave out mince pies, our universe. In another universe, they leave out chocolate. In another universe, they leave out bowls of ice cream. In another universe, they leave out cabbage.
Yeah.
In another universe, they leave out a plate full of peas. In another universe, they leave out sausages. So,
So you could have like a mixture of everything.
yeah, if Santa can punch through to different universes, you just trade.
So all this
You have one of each.
multiverse of Santas meet up and switch all their foods around.
Yeah.
To get between them all, they each have a Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's quite nice. I like that.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. I think if I was Santa, I would take all the mince pies and I would use it to feed the elves back at the North Pole. What would you do if you were Santa and you had to deal with all these mince pies?
I'll feed them to the reindeer. And
All of them.
And eat the carrots myself. Where'd you go on holiday? If you were Santa. Like, where will Santa go on holiday?
I mean, that's really difficult because if you're Santa, everyone kind of recognizes you.
Yeah, so unless
Yeah.
you disguise yourself as one of those fake Santas which you see at in town or something.
Wow. But what if it's like June? What if it's July?
Oh, and there's a
You
fake
think-
Santa on the street. People are going to be really sus about that.
Super sus. But then a lot of things are sus.
Yeah,
I
wow.
mean, that is true.
If you see, if I was walking through the center of town today, in middle of July, and I saw someone dressed as Santa, my initial thought wouldn't be, "Hey, that's Santa."
No.
Mine
be
would
like-
just be like, maybe that's to help solve something. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be like, that's just someone trying to raise money or something. So maybe the answer right there for you is just always dress as Santa confidently, and no one will think you're Santa.
What if we all dressed as Santa and that would make Santa's life easier?
yeah, but then then it would just be boring because then we wouldn't, we'd all look the same.
Yeah, but Santa's life would be easier and we'd still get presents and he would be able to go on holiday and the 364 days a year that he's on holiday.
Maybe
He would get-
could just go somewhere where literally nobody is. He could check because of new modern technology, where people are and where people aren't, and then
So Santa does have the ability to watch everyone's house at will, right? To see if you're
Oh.
being naughty or not. So he could find places where no one else was that he could go on holiday to.
Yeah, he's guaranteed to know that a holiday home is empty, isn't he?
Do you think Santa would want to go to another cold place or a hot place? He spends all his time in the North Pole. Where do you think he'd want to go?
Hawaii
Hawaii. Why there?
it was just the first place that came to my mind.
I think though, there's lots of things in Hawaii Santa can't do normally. It's warm. He can go surf. He can't go surfing in the
Can't
North
surf,
Pole.
yeah.
He could do snow surfing.
He-
Whee!
That's true. That's true. I think if Santa, he's very recognizable, right? But I think if he just had a shave and cut his
Yeah.
hair,
Well, I was wondering this, if you saw Cat Santa without the red coat and hat, would you be like, oh, there's Santa off duty? Or because you've literally never seen him dressed any other way. If he
but
was
then we
dressed
also
differently,
don't
would you be like,
actually,
all right?
being honest here, we don't actually know that Santa's got red clothes. He could have bright pink
wow.
clothes. Because didn't Santa used to wear green clothes until
That's
Coca-Cola came along and was like, Santa should have red clothes.
So I love this conspiracy angle we're taking now.
Is it through his partnership with Coca-Cola that is that purely of convenience so that we all think that he's dressed in red, but actually he can dress in whatever he wants?
Yeah.
The elves are spending every other day of the year that isn't Christmas spreading misinformation about Santa's clothing choices.
Yeah, or maybe the elves all wear bright pink tutus.
Yeah, and they could be out here as well.
Yeah. It's just mind
He's a smart man, Santa.
Yeah, it's all super, super smart.
Where do you think he stores all the presents?
in his massive warehouse thing. If he has one.
How come you never see that on Google Maps? If you go to the North Pole on Google Maps, there's nothing there.
Maybe it's made, the top's made to look like snow. Like all of it is made to look like
Painted
snow.
the top of it white.
And then the size of it could be like what lives in the North Pole other than Santa and elves.
Mrs.
Polar
Claus.
bears? Mrs. Claus?
Polar bears. The other bit could be like a large pile of polar bears because Santa might, because he's never been.
Pile of polar bears.
No, because he's never been like to school or anything. 'Cause
Oh.
yeah, he could just think that polar bears just live in piles on top of each other.
Who's Santa?
Yeah,
I mean, this is interesting as well then. So, like,
because like we would know if he got taught things.
how would we know,
the person who taught Santa would go like, "Oh, I know Santa."
Oh, you
and
do
then,
Santa,
and then,
usually,
and then another person goes, "I know a person who knows Santa," and then another person, "I know a person who knows." No, I know a person who knows a person who knows Santa. And so on and so on.
that's really blown my mind there. Santa's really done well for himself. Not gone to school, made a global multinational corporation that is that everyone knows about.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. So I have another thing. Like, I'm not sure if we can really about how we can help Santa. It seems like Santa got all sorted for himself. But how does Santa get everywhere in one night? How does he manage it?
I think he has it. He presses a button and he goes, wee!
Also, you think it's pure speed, super duper fast.
Yeah, and then he just like throws the presents in really good aim. Or like he has elves which like lasso them. Wee.
Wait, do you mean the elves like go on the journey by themselves, or do you think Santa is there for every
Santa
delivery?
sits in the middle so that everyone goes like, oh look, there's like, in their brain, like Santa will sit in the middle.
Yeah.
But then on the sides, elves are going like, woo.
But the elves are just
woo.
constantly chucking things.
Yeah, like, but that only has to be 4 elves.
Only 4?
Yeah, because then they swap each year, and then
Oh, so everyone gets a chance to do it. Do you think
Yeah.
the elves like is this the best job in the North Pole?
yeah, because then you gotta like be like this close to Santa, like really close to Santa.
One-on-one Santa time.
That sounds really weird.
And we talked a little bit about there being an infinity of universes. What if each Santa actually only goes to one house, but they go to that house in every universe at the same time?
Oh, they just drop the present down one chimney.
One chimney. And that present goes down into every house. And then they just eat that one mince pie.
That would make their life so much easier.
Yeah, and then maybe they could have like, I don't know, a massive vacuum cleaner, which could just like vacuum clean all of the mince pies up, and then the elves would go, ah.
What about houses that don't have chimneys?
You're like in Minecraft, like when you like dig a hole and you just like do and then pop the things down.
So if I understand that correctly, you think Santa should knock holes in people's you think so when Santa comes here, you should knock a hole in your roof and just drop the stuff down and fly away.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then like there'll be like elves stationed in each house maybe, and then they could like push the presents.
I like this idea of an elf being stationed at each house that you just mentioned.
So there's one elf in every house.
No, there could be like 2, like however many like children there are.
One elf per child.
1 elf per child, unless you have like 10 children. Then.
I actually think that's probably how he does it. I think he cracked it. 1 elf per child in the North Pole. That means they only have to make a few presents each, right? And delivery's really easy now because you just send the elf to their child's house.
Like by pressing the button. Boop.
Boop. And off they go.
Whee!
I think we cracked it there.
I think we've done
Yay!
it.
I think we worked it out. So recently, Andrew, we had an advert on the show for a reindeer service where you could rent a reindeer for the whole of December, and the trooper reindeer would pull your car around for you for the whole of December to make it feel extra Christmassy.
It was an excellent ad. I love the service. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I've been signed up for it all week. Our car's been being pulled around by a reindeer or a troop of reindeer for the last 10 days. Do you remember the names of any of the reindeer?
Bob, Steve, and then Bob Jr.
Okay, good.
It's family business.
Someone has written in here with an idea, a business idea for the other 11 months of the year, because this is a thing that we discussed, right? There is a problem. You have reindeers for 11 months of the year that you can't do anything with them.
What was the idea? What was this person's idea?
So I'll just read it out. Maybe this is too obvious, but having a mobile coat and hat stand could be incredibly useful. You hang up your coat and it follows you around, maybe carrying a spare cardigan for your air-conditioned office or thermal body warmer for your unheated house, a woolly hat just in case. There could be so much flexibility in your life simply by employing a reindeer. In fact, when December comes around, you might find you're trying to bribe it with carrots to give up the glamorous sleigh or car-pulling gig. So I actually think this is a great service. 11 months of the year, a reindeer follows me around and I just have stuff hanging on its antlers.
I genuinely have been shopping for, this isn't a bit, I have been looking to buy a coat stand for months now, since April.
Mm-hmm.
So this really resonates with me.
It's kind of more of a coat stand and move around.
Well, yeah, like you want to take your coat with you, you want it, if it starts raining, to reach over and grab it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's great for this weather in the UK where sometimes it's very warm and sometimes it's very cold on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you have a reindeer following you around, Molly?
Well, depends. If it's a good reindeer, then I would. If it's a reindeer which poops all the time, then I wouldn't. Depends.
Depends on the amount it poops. But if it was really, 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 really good and pooped a little bit, would that be okay?
Yeah.
I can see the monetizing this idea is quite interesting because you monetize it based on how big its antlers are.
Yeah, how many like forks has in the antler? Kind of told.
Yeah.
2 coats are kind of told like 14.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's also like a portable drying rack.
That's true. Because the other problem is I always want more space to dry things.
Yeah.
And half it could be coat stand, half it could be drying rack. You could if you make spaghetti.
Yeah.
Hand it off.
Just dangle it on the antlers.
Yeah, but what if they
To dry
start
it out.
running in?
Well, the spaghetti would dry quicker and the clothes would dry quicker.
Yeah,
If
but
it's
the
running around the
spaghetti-
place.
If the spaghetti, because it's so like flippy, it would fling off.
That's the risk I'm willing to take.
You make a fair point.
Thank you so much, Anne, for writing in. We love getting the emails. It was a fantastic idea. Thank you so much.
I loved it. It was fun.
Alex, if we have another listener,
Yeah.
at least one other listener out there listening to this,
Yeah.
and they want to get in touch with us, how would they do that?
Well, what they should do is they should open their mail app and they should send us an email. And our email address is brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. Don't you think they should send us an email, Molly?
Yeah, I think they should.
Would you give them a prize if they did send us an email?
Wait, what if more than one person sent you an email? Huh?
Well, we'd give them 2 prizes.
More prizes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? What prize would you give out?
Slime.
Slime. Great. If you send an email in today, you may or may not receive some slime from Molly.
Yeah. Andrew, I have some bad news.
What is it, Molly?
Santa doesn't exist.
Are you sure? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Where are my presents be coming from? If Santa's not giving me a present, like, Santa must be real. I get all these presents.
Parents.
Oh no! Hold on, I need to go make a phone call. What?
Yeah, Andrew, I'm sorry. It's all a plot, man. It's all a ploy.
But I mean, I guess some of this makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it is suspicious how he gets around every house on one night. But then if Santa doesn't exist, who looks after Rudolph?
Oh man.
Rudolph also doesn't exist.
What about Donner and Blitzen?
Nope.
None of them exist. This is a betrayal.
I feel like this is not the kind of show that we are, but we, breaking these
harsh
truths on people.
I did hear rumors of this when I was at school, when I was 18, 19, like people telling me Santa didn't exist. And I thought it was a bit.
I thought you thought they were testing you.
Yeah. Because you have to believe, right?
Yeah,
You got to believe. And I thought, like, if I said Santa doesn't exist, then I wouldn't get my presents. I was like, it's better to just believe.
Exactly. If the Polar Express taught us anything, it's that you have to believe.
End of Elf as well. That's belief is what Santa. Oh, yeah. There you go, Molly. If Santa isn't real, how come I saw him in the movie Elf?
That was fake.
This is brutal, man.
All the childhood institutions that I love are crumbling right in front of me.
Yeah, don't worry. The Tooth Fairy's real.
Oh,
Right?
okay. In fact, a lot of my current investment plans really hinge on the Tooth Fairy being real, so that's good.
That's right, isn't it?
The elf on the shelf also isn't real.
The elf on the shelf isn't real.
Uh-huh.
But who poured flour all over our kitchen and wrote bum on the wall?
Let me think. Might have just been you.
That's a big accusation to make. I hope you have some evidence for that. You're coming here telling me Santa wasn't real. We invite you on our show and you're dropping these saying all this mean things.
He's the only person who would know some of those words. Who would dare to write them on the wall.
Fine. So now that we've established that Santa's maybe not real,
I don't totally accept it. Yeah, I'll have to do my own independent research.
you
after
better.
this,
Yeah, I would do. You can't just believe everything that an 11-year-old tells you.
Especially, but like Santa's been around for thousands and thousands of years delivering presents, and you've only been around for 11. So
Thousands of years. Listen to what you say.
So now that we've established it, well, let's just pretend for a moment that we live in a universe where Santa definitely isn't real and whether it is the parents doing all the presents.
okay, as long as we're pretending.
Yeah, we're definitely pretending it.
Now, in that situation, there are some big challenges
Right.
for parents around the world. All right, you have to pre-prep the presents. You have to buy them beforehand, before Christmas, because you can't buy them on the day, or even the day before, and then you have to hide them somewhere and not let your kids see.
That I can imagine be really difficult because when I was little, I really liked just rummaging through the house in random cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, like
So-
in pots and stuff like.
Yeah, is that what you think presents should be hidden? The listener can't see this, but Molly just suspiciously pointed at a pot up there that I now see.
It looks
Do you think this? Maybe something in there? You think?
probably not. Because Daddy's not brainy enough to put it in there.
I tell you, whatever present is in that pot's not coming out now.
Okay, so aside from a pot, Alex, where would you store a present?
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So my idea was to hollow out as many things as you can hollow out inside the house, and then only buy presents that fit in the hollowed out things.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but that could be hard. Because imagine if you like sat down on a chair and it would just be like, ow. It would be like a hard bump.
Well, that's why you've got to buy something which is appropriate. So if you're going to buy clothes, just put it inside the sofa cushions. If you're going to buy something long and thin, put it inside one of your table legs. You bought someone a poster, you shove it in a table leg. Easy.
This has got a benefit as well. If you bought a present that couldn't fit in the shape of any of your current stuff, you have to then buy yourself a present
To hide it in.
to hide it in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And in fact, we could just start a business which is selling things for the house, furniture, with present hiding space in it.
That's really good.
That is-
We just sold things that looked like boxes to hide things inside.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like when a child opens the box, there's nothing there, but then underneath it, there's like.
Yes.
Exactly.
Lots of fake bottoms on things.
False bottoms. Yeah, exactly. You know, loads of places and things to hide stuff. So that was my first idea.
Oh, I saw that on a TV show where they like made it full of Oreo cookies, and then underneath it there was people.
There was people.
It was a giant box of Oreo cookies, and then underneath there was people.
That's a really big box, okay?
Yeah, I feel like if you use Oreo cookies to hide something for a child, you're really risking it.
Yeah.
That's a risky business, right? Because you open that drawer full of Oreo
Oh no,
cookies.
it was for an adult.
Oh, that's
like
okay.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was actually segues quite nicely into my second idea, which is to hide it in somewhere that kids just definitely don't want to go.
I have a few ideas along the same line as well, but I'm excited first to hear where what places is this?
Well, what kind of places do you not like to go in the house?
Mushrooms.
In the bath. And in the mushroom cupboard, yeah.
In the mushroom. In the mushroom cupboard.
So if all the presents were hidden behind loads of mushrooms, that's when no
I
one
would
goes
still
on.
move them.
Okay, right.
If they were hidden in the mushrooms, then they would be good.
Right.
Like in the mushroom bags, that would be fine.
So I had a thought, but maybe like, so what's the most boring thing you can imagine?
Homework.
Homework. Now, I think you need to hide these things in plain sight. So what you do is you buy boxes and you fill it full of homework. You wrap it like a Christmas present and put it under the tree
Okay.
pre-Christmas. So if kids are looking for them, they opened it, they'd be like, oh my God, this is so boring. And they'd stop looking for the presents because they think, oh, the presents will be really boring.
Oh, that's quite nice.
I also find like cutlery.
You find cutlery boring?
Yeah.
How do you eat your food, Molly?
Oh no, I don't mind cutlery. Just the cutlery drawer is boring.
Oh. I mean, I see that. I see that. If the present were hidden in the cutlery drawer, that'd be like, no, not checking that.
Probably.
Probably. If you had to hide a present from your dad somewhere that he would never go and find it, where would you hide it?
Probably. In one of my Barbie boxes. He would never look in there.
Would that stop you?
Yeah. I wouldn't bother looking in there.
I think a good place to hide it is you take your presents and you hide them in someone else's house. So you would hide all your presents in my house, and I would hide all my presents in your house.
Yeah, but then what if we went and we saw your presents, and then we unwrapped them, and then they were like,
Well, please don't unwrap my presents. Please don't.
Don't worry,
Okay,
don't
as long as we're on the same page there.
But that's okay, because if you find the presents in our house, you wouldn't know that they were Andrew's presents. You'd think you were getting a new toilet brush and some elbow cream, because that's what Andrew's getting.
I like toilet brushes. And I also need elbow cream. So
Okay.
it'll be all good. Okay.
That's actually a big problem here, where it's like,
It is.
What if the person who owns it wants my presents? So maybe there's two tiers here. There's a normal tier which we each put in your random house, and there's a normal tier where we pair you up with someone who's the exact opposite. You definitely don't want your
that's
presents.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be two people the same where they actually have the same presents.
Now I have another idea.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it out. It does sound a little familiar, but just bear with me. What if our businesses, so say, Molly, you buy all your friends Christmas presents, you buy your dad Christmas presents, you would give them to my service, and everyone would give their presents to my service for safekeeping. At which point, the 24th of December, I would go around and deliver all the presents. So there's one central repo of presents. It would probably have to be somewhere really far away so no one accidentally stumbled upon it. And then on Christmas Eve, I'll come deliver them.
Yeah, but what if someone came around your house and then
It wouldn't be in my house. I'd buy a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah. Somewhere really far north.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd probably be somewhere cool. That's a good point as well.
So I had another idea.
Right.
Yeah. Which is if I was going to hide presents in the house,
Right.
what if we just went all in
Yeah.
on hiding them in plain sight?
Yeah.
And actually, like, we just put them out. And I was like, Molly would come down and be like, oh, that's a nice new table. And I'd be like, yeah, it is. I just got a new table. But then actually, that's really, you're getting a table for Christmas.
I don't want a table.
I love plain sight, but we do the opposite. What if you wake up Christmas morning, you run down, so exciting, you run downstairs, under the Christmas tree, all there is a shovel. And like a treasure map.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
And somewhere in the backyard, your presents.
Yeah, no, but what if you got like one thing, one little step wrong, and then the presents will be gone forever? Like, even if it was like someone's brand new, I don't know, they were getting like a phone or something. That would be bad. Even if it was like, imagine if it was your present, Andrew.
That would suck. That'd be really bad. Yeah. But imagine how much more you would love your present and appreciate your phone if you had to spend like 14, 15, maybe 16 days digging holes trying to find it.
I would not appreciate.
No? Okay.
Nor would I appreciate the person who put it down.
I feel like that would be quite fun, though. I quite like that if I opened my present and there was a phone number in an envelope and I had to phone the phone number and it was like, your presents are boop, 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 at the train station.
Yeah, but then what if someone else randomly just picked them up? Like, you know.
Well, if everyone's doing that, if everyone's doing like, presents in this way, treasure hunt presents, then people know, don't they? They walk through the train station like there's a big pile of presents there. They're like, well, that's not for me, but I know who that's going to be for someone. I know that's going to be for someone.
Yeah, but what if you just think it's like, take a present off and then it's your present?
Do you do
sort of
that a
thing.
lot? Do you see piles of presents out there and take them?
No, because I've never seen piles of presents.
I mean, if you did see a pile of presents, would you just take one?
Yeah. But I wouldn't. But I just wanted to say yeah for fun.
That's a good instinct, that there.
Yeah.
Like, because people, like younger kids, would just go like, "That's for me."
That's me, take it.
That's for me.
I might
That's
be tempted to be
true.
like, that's a Xbox shaped box there. I might just take that.
But if you're a little kid, you're not that fussed about
Yeah,
the
but
present.
what
You
if
just
it
want
looks
something
like
fun, don't
I
you?
don't know, something super cool, which kid would like, I don't know, a Peppa Pig car thing.
Yeah.
Would you take that? If you like 3, would you take that?
I might do.
What if you sign up for this service, and the idea is so you give your presents to me,
Right.
and I'll find a partner, a pair for you, and I'll go to that person and I will give them all the presents, your presents.
Okay.
And then they will give me all their presents, I'll give that to you. And your challenge now is this: you have to protect these presents with your life.
That's really good.
Okay.
But,
What if you didn't protect them with your life?
well, there's that, right? But also, what if Molly buys all of her Christmas presents, she gives them to you,
Yeah.
you give them to me in a different house to look after, and then I just pick them all up and take them back to you and say, these are all my presents for
Okay.
Steve and Nancy around the corner, and I just give them to you, and then you go and hide them in a different house, and actually we end up with only one set of presents traveling around the place because everyone's regifting the presents before they've even been given away.
A global regift program.
Yeah, but like, what if like, I don't know, you gave them back, and then you said it was like for the person they were for, and then Andrew took them. It's like, here you go, and then you would have all your Christmas presents before it was even Christmas, and they would probably all be labelled to Molly.
True. There's all sorts of present Ponzi schemes here, Andrew, that will cause all sorts of havoc.
And you've created havoc.
Oh, sorry. So, okay, what we need to find an idea. What is the best way to hide a present, Molly? Well, there's also parents listening that need to know right now. It's almost Christmas. How are they hiding the presents?
Put it in mushrooms, unless they like mushrooms. Put it in the freezer.
Hide it all in the freezer. You heard it here first. That's the future present hiding.
That was a good Christmas show.
I feel very Christmassy now.
What was your favorite bit?
Being on the show. Just
Oh.
generally
The
being
whole
on.
thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks. My favorite bit of the show is being on the show as well.
And mine too, with you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for coming on the show, Molly.
Yeah.
thank
It's
you.
been my pleasure. It's been very fun.
That's good.
Good. We'll be back next week, Andrew.
Yeah. A little year wrap up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little cheeky little episode. And in the meantime, if anybody wanted to get in touch with the show, what would they do?
Well, if you want to get in touch with the show, say Merry Christmas or a business idea or a Christmas theme idea or anything, literally anything, we'd love to hear from you. We have an email address, brainsontheoutside@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
And I believe if you do send an email in, there's a possibility that Molly might make you some slime and send it to you. So
Yeah.
I guarantee it. If you email us, I will see to it that you are sent slime.
Yeah. The first 10 people.
Wow, that's actually very generous.
I like making slime, so it's good.
okay, all right, fine.
I think we should leave on that thought.
Yeah,
Making slime is fun.
Slime.
it is.
Keep your brain on the outside.
Keep your brain on the outside, Mole.
Okay.